So Erik Janson was a wheat flour salesman, which was his excuse to travel around Sweden and to meet with the devotionalist movement. And he was a very charismatic speaker. The crowds would gather. It went from a few people hiding in somebody's parlor reading the Bible to being large groups of hundreds. And when they began burning books, the church could no longer ignore them. And Erik was arrested. And there are actually several scenes here that I think would make a great scene in a made-for-TV movie. At one point, he was in a carriage being taken to jail, and some of the elders stopped the carriage. And they created a distraction while others snuck up behind and stole him out of the stagecoach. Eventually, Jonas Olsson, one of the founders of the movement, he met with the king of Sweden. And the king of Sweden agreed to allow Erik to leave as long as he left the country. And the followers were faced with a very difficult choice. Put yourself in their shoes. Would you follow this charismatic leader into the unknown? Or would you go back to the Lutheran church that you had already disavowed? Here's a $1 million question. What would it take for me to convince you to sell everything you own and give me all your money and then follow me to the wilderness? They made this difficult choice. Families were separated. One family I know, I met their descendant. The teenagers ran away in the woods and refused to go. And the parents left them. Husbands left wives, wives left husbands. Those that could afford it not only paid for their passage, but Jonas Olsson paid for his entire family and his hired hands to come along. And they left. And they came here. And I'll show you in just a moment why they chose this place in the wilderness of Illinois.